All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Yes. Been a little bit of a while. I know, but it's a kickoff Sunday, and I was supposed to have some folks join me today, and I guess their clock doesn't work on Sunday, maybe, but I don't know how because let's face it, it's football Sunday. It's opening weekend of football. How are you not up early getting ready to watch some football today? It's been a while, but we are finally back into the groove and the swing of things. So I'm really excited. Unfortunately, programming note, uh, Nevada Nick has moved on to some bigger and better things. He might, pop in maybe once or twice, but we'll see how that goes, and we'll get some. And we'll have some other guests I was supposed to have on today, but obviously they didn't get them, forgot the memo, set their alarm. I don't know what the deal is with that, but we'll get into it because it's big stuff today. Very excited about it. Can't wait to see the new look of the new football Giants. I mean, come on, preseason's preseason, not exactly sure how. Come on, you know what I'm doing. I am trying to do two things at once, and I can't. So we'll see how that all plays out. Because I got so many stupid things in here, and I can't. Get it going. But now, I think I got it all. I'm excited about it. Can't wait. Because we got the New York Football Giants new look for 425. Very excited. What's up, Jared? How you doing, buddy? Listen, I'm in a different location today, and yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Yes. For those of you who don't know, today is my birthday. It is. Yes. So I'm going to do this little show here, a little shindig, and then it's off to go see some. I got to go visit some friends in the hospital today. Some of our men and women who so bravely serve our nation, and so I'm going to go see them, and then I'm going to watch some football today. Can't wait. The Giants are at 4:00, so. We'll see. I'm excited, not, to see this new Wink Martindale. You guys know I'm a huge fan of his, huge, huge, huge. So I'm really excited to see how this defense works out, especially in Tennessee, they're run heavy, and I'm hoping that the Giants make them. I'm not going to say stop the run because, it's Derrick Henry. You're not stopping Derrick Henry. But having to force the Tennessee Titans to throw the football in some situations, I'm excited to see how Wink dials that up and gets it going. So that's what I'm really excited about. And hey, let's see. Can Saquon stay healthy? Who knows, man? Who knows? So we'll see. And man, after the crazy college football day yesterday, now it's like man, the juices are flowing. You're fired up. So what's up? What's up, Jason? We're it's good. That's right, Anthony. Let's go Giants. So we'll see. I'm really excited. I mean, a lot of games, 1:00. We got the Jets, the Ravens, and by the way, the big injury note, I'm sure everybody heard the mascot for the Ravens on the IR for the season. Tore his ACL at a fundraiser or something. Not 100% clarity on that, but we'll see how that goes. I think the professor was supposed to come on, but I think he is trying to at the tryouts trying to fill in for the bird or the Raven, I guess. And that it's Notre Dame, that was a tough one, man. You let the Thunder and Herd come in and into your house. Oof, man. Jason, I don't know. I think the Bears, yes. But I don't know that the Jets, are going to be fighting for number one. I think the Jets have made some moves. I mean, come on, they had a really good draft. They had 3 number 1 picks. And they filled some holes. And can they do that? I don't know, but I think the Jets are going to be a little bit better. Same with Detroit. I mean, if you guys didn't watch Hard Knocks, man, I loved it, man. Loved Hard Knocks this year. Watching the Lions with that. So I'm pretty jacked. I don't know. I think, to be honest with you, Jason, I really think that Seattle's going to be up there vying for a number 1 draft pick. I don't think they're going to be very good. I think Pete Carroll is out the door. I really don't think that they're going to be very good with that. So, and look, if the Browns can just can hold their, I think they'll be competitive. But man, who would have thought that division's going to be so competitive? I still think the Steelers, the Ravens, obviously, and now Cincinnati. I mean, they're defending AFC champions, and then the Browns. So the Browns went. They hit the penthouse button and it got stuck between, the top floor and the penthouse. And now it's on its way down, man. Hey, Coach, how you doing, buddy, man? Hey, congratulations on a big win Thursday night. I was about to say Friday night, but you guys kicked it off on Thursday. Got your first win under your belt, man. Congratulations. So that's awesome, man. And I also, and I'm going to throw Coach's Commanders in there, the Washington football team. I don't know. I mean, you're putting a lot of stock in Carson Wentz. I do like the quarterback they picked up late in the draft. I hope he gets onto the field, which I think, we know Carson Wentz is kind of like a potato chip and he will crumble. So I think that kid will get on the field and be able to show some stuff and maybe you have something there. So we'll see. I don't know that it was that no one wanted Jimmy G, Jason. I just think it was a lot of it was more of a money thing with that. You got to remember this preseason, not a lot of guys get hurt. So I wouldn't be surprised if a quarterback goes down in the first couple of weeks, he gets moved before the trade deadline. There's no saying he can't get taken off, Sam Howell gets in, man. I think I like Sam Howell. I think he'll be good. The problem with Sam Howell is he didn't play enough. Trubisky came from that same mold. He didn't play enough to in college. So hopefully it'll help, No, you know what? Look, look. And everybody is all fired up. I mean, the Giants are not a quarterback away from doing anything. So why are you going to tie up money in a quarterback when you're not a quarterback away? Now, if Dave Gettleman's still the GM, probably we would have signed Daniel Jones. This is probably the biggest quarterback contract ever. But it's not. There's a new era here. And the Giants are going to put all these pieces around, and then they're going to pluck the quarterback and stick him in. Okay? Because Saquon Barkley is out the door. Daniel Jones will be gone. Once we get rid of those pieces and the rest of Dave Gettleman's guys, and we're building this team. I mean, we're finally fixing this O-line. I'm very, very excited about it. So I think we are still 2-3 years away from competing. Could the Giants, surprise us and, maybe have that season like we did with Joe Judge, where we were, oh man, winning, could have, Philadelphia tanked the game, so we didn't win the division, whatever. Okay, whatever, we might and get us going again, but I think we're going to start seeing some competitive football, and I really think the Giants 5-6 wins. I think I'm excited about that and see the growth and making some baby steps. We're not talking Super Bowl contender yet, but man, we're putting some pieces together, and the problem is, how fast can you put those pieces together before you have to start paying guys and getting contracts? But apparently the LA Rams are able to pay everybody. So how come my team can't do that? I don't know. I just don't know, So we'll certainly see how that all plays out. And of course, I got to give a shout out to my friends at the Raiders. So they did, and man, there's another division that is just like, wow. I mean, you got 4 really good quarterbacks now. I mean, I felt that Denver was a quarterback away from being competitive. Competitive. What does competitive mean? Well, competitive is exactly what it means. Being competitive and being, they're not going to be the doormat of the division. You can't go to Denver now and say, okay, there's a win for us. If you're the Raiders or the Chiefs or the Chargers, they're going to be competitive. They might steal a couple wins from you guys. So you got to be careful. That's going to be a really competitive division and really going at it. And we'll really see how that works out. And I am truly excited about it. This whole football season, I can't wait how this goes. I mean, I think really I'm going to watch. I want to see Carolina and Cleveland. Just because Baker Mayfield. I really didn't think Baker was that good anyway, because I really felt like Baker was the issue in Cleveland. Really, Baker was the guy that kept them from being that team that went deep into the playoffs, and possibly, sniffed. And then all of a sudden, you get Joe Burrow with probably the worst offensive line in football, goes all the way to the Super Bowl. So, and how does that work? And so I really think that Baker was the issue. And how I feel about Sam Darnold. I really thought he was the better guy coming out of college. But unfortunately, that's what happens when you go to the Jets, man. That's what happens. And you've been Jetsed. And the same with this Zach Wilson guy. He's been Jetsed. And unfortunately, that's what happens with that. But I'm excited. Hey, Joe Flacco gets to go play against his old team today too. So it should be fun and exciting. A lot of big games. What's up, Juan? Pittsburgh. Honestly, I kind of feel like, you might be right just because that Super Bowl slump of Cincinnati coming in, a little that letdown, that Super Bowl slump, So it wouldn't surprise me at all. Pittsburgh does, but I mean, tell me where are you at? I mean, how long does Mitch stay in and be your quarterback until you get Kenny Pickett, man? Anthony, oh man, how do you? I just I can't really do anything for Dallas, so I mean, it just can't, So I got to be Tampa. Of course, you got Chris Godwin, Delaware guy, so. I kind of root for those guys, especially it's kind of cool and Sammy, this, whether you played against a guy or with a guy or coached a guy or coached against a guy that gets there, so you kind of that appreciation, so you kind of keep an eyeball on those guys and where they go, and you like to see them succeed, especially hey, it's Delaware, it's a tiny little state, so when you see a guy get there, it kind of gives the other up and coming guys something to get my guy, and it gives them something to look for. Hey, he made it, so can I, so really, really good deal. So I really think, it'll be, I like Tampa Bay tonight. If you want to be, if you really want my opinion in a roundabout way, man. So yeah, I like that. Doing some big things. I've been really getting some stuff going. You're going to see, stuff going on. I had, I guess some people didn't set their alarm last night. I had a few too many cocktails, adult beverages to join me this morning, and go from there. Hey. So we'll see. But I got some stuff lined up this season. I listen. I got all the time. I got everybody wants to be on your show. All of a sudden, everybody. Oh man, I want to be on. So we'll see. We'll be rotating a group of guys. So it'll be and. I can't just say guys, we'll get just a group. It'll be fun, exciting. I can't wait. It'll be fun. With that, I like, it's going to be a great day of football today. I'm just so jacked up for it. I can't wait. And how about, I just got to jump back. I think I saw a stat this morning that this is the first time that so many heavy favorites in 78 that lost yesterday. I mean, Texas A&M, App State, man. I mean, App State. I mean, let me tell you how big that is for App State to be able to the recruiting of, hey, we went in, we beat Michigan. Hey, we went in and beat Texas A&M. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good recruiting tool right there. You can go in and say, we beat some of the big dogs. So and I listen. App State's not as you got to remember when it was a bigger deal when they beat Michigan because they were still an FCS school when they did that. Now I believe they're in the Sun Belt Conference. So they're just a non-Power 5 team now. So that's how it works out. I'm very very excited, and then hey, Marshall, man, they come in, they roll into Notre Dame and really rock the house, man. And uh, it was tough. I was traveling yesterday, so I listened to that game on the radio, and whew, it really didn't sound like Notre Dame was. I mean, their defense held them to field goals, but I mean, man, pick six really does you in. I mean, those really hurt. It's tough to come back from a pick six, and really really kind of hurts. So, and now Notre Dame, you got that 2 straight losses. I mean, Jesus, is the coach of Notre Dame, are they going to fire him next week? I mean, he's already on the hot seat, and he's 2 games into his head coaching career. I mean, whew, that's kind of a tough deal, man. Whew, but we'll see. We'll see. I hope not. I hope they let him get to work the kinks out and get it and get it going over there for the Golden Domers. And we'll see. But all right, let's get back to some football. And I'm kind of interested to see the Dolphins just because now they put all these pieces around Tua. I didn't really think Tua was the guy. I mean, listen, I'm a lefty, so I love the lefty. But in the NFL, lefties, there are no more. Steve Young, the last lefty, big name lefty, I would have to say. I think I know Colin Moore, I think, was the last lefty quarterback until obviously Tua. But I mean, I'm trying to think of another big name guy that was lefty. But anyway, now I heard a great thing I got to share. If you're a Dolphins fan, and I know there's a few of you out there, and it's one thing if you grew up during the Dan Marino, or before that, Don Shula era. But if you today are a Dolphins fan, your parents didn't love you. I just thought that was hilarious. So yeah, your parents didn't love you. Oh man. But anyway, I think you've put these pieces around Tua, and I think that makes him. This is on the hot seat now because is Tua the guy? Is he the guy now? Because you can't make the excuse he's got nobody to throw him to. You went and got arguably one of the best receivers in the game, and I argue that a little. That's why I say arguably. He's kind of more of a one-trick pony, in my opinion. He uses speed great, cuts across the middle, and just outruns guys. And that's great, but can you do? What's up, Vicky? How you doing? How are you? The Raiders. I like the Raiders today. I think it's going to be a good one today. That's going to be a good game. I'm excited for that one. But I again, Tyreek Hill, I really think he's more of that one-trick pony guy, come across the middle. Now, I mean, I say one-trick pony, but no one's able to stop the one trick, and no one stops it. So how does so it's obviously working. I mean, yeah, Vicky, long time. I took a little hiatus, after the draft. I had to go get a little sunshine down the Sunshine State, helping some guys out with the Muddle, working with some great guys down in Southwest Florida. Awesome time. Port Charlotte, those guys, go Pirates, so, Really excited with those guys. Keep getting on them. I'll be back down soon, guys. Just so you know, be down and get some. Finish mopping up the mess up here, and I'll be down, rocking and rolling. But yeah, Vicky, Sunday mornings, I'm back. Very excited to be here on Sunday mornings and talking football again. And so we'll see how it kind of how we go along this season. Who knows? I might be rolling solo all season. I'm sure that won't be the case. I know there's a lot of folks out there want to come on. Nice, man. Nice, man. That's awesome, Vicky. Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm actually heading over, going to see some of our older warriors over the down here in Virginia here by Fort Eustis. So we will going to go see some of the boys and ladies in this. So I will definitely check it out, Vicky. I'll definitely check that out later. Can't wait. It's going to be a fun time. Today, by all, I mean, everybody getting up early. Come on. Even now, boom, it's Sunday morning. It's football. It is opening where everybody's the same. Everybody has that same expectation of their team right now. Everybody is fired up with, that we're winning. Everybody's 0-0. We're all the way. See, on your way, the tailgate, baby, my favorite. So everybody is even keel all the way across the board. And so it's very, very exciting that you get to see everyone and then all of a sudden, depending on how your team does today, it'll be very, very tough to feel get the same initial rush that the first week one gives you. You know what I mean? Obviously your team wins, you ride that high for a little bit, but it's but even teams like Detroit and I think Seattle this year is going to feel that, and Carolina, I think they're going to be, some of the bottom feeders. But I really think, look, I think the Jets and the Giants will be closer to the 10 pick than they are to the 1 pick this year. I am thinking the Jets and the Giants will both be picking between 9 and 12 in that, in that range. How about that? In that range of draft picks, if that's any indication. But I really think I'll be excited to see the Giants improve. And I keep saying this: 5-6 wins, 7 would be, outperforming. But hey, who knows? All right. I'll see you, Vicky. Have a great day. Enjoy your day, man. Have fun. Yep. And, go Raiders. Go Raiders. I just like saying Raiders. I mean, it'll be fun stuff. I'm excited just to watch, real football. It means something. And I think most of the regular crew, they all understand. I love the preseason because I love seeing those cats from small schools getting some playing time and trying to make the team. But we don't get to see that as much anymore because there's only three preseason games and there's no I don't want to say there's no rhyme or reason, but we don't really see them. Back when there was 4 games, okay, you play a quarter, 2 quarters. Game 3 is kind of the dress rehearsal, and game 4, all those guys trying to fight for a job or playing and getting that going, and you don't really see that with 3 preseason games. So, I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to do that. How that goes. So we'll see it. We'll see. I'm just really excited today for games. I think I'd have to be remiss if I don't mention that the Eagles. I really think it's the Eagles' division this year. I think, but they'll figure out a way to shoot themselves in the foot like they normally do. They had another, I think, really good draft with some pieces, but they just like every team, you got to put them on the field and see how it plays out. And we're going to go from there. We're going to go and see. I just don't see how that works out, but we'll see today. I'm really looking forward. Giants, Titans, and of course I can't go against the Giants, but I'm excited to see. I just hope it's competitive and go from there. And we'll see. And then you got the Sammy's team, the Washington team. I don't know how that's gonna play out with those guys, and I'm forgetting about Jacksonville. I'm forgetting about them. They're another team. Is Doug Peterson going to be able to fix that place? Because, I mean, since Tom Coughlin, they've been miserable. They've been terrible, right? I mean, Tom Coughlin, when God, I can't think. Brunell was the quarterback back then, right? Brunell took him to an AFC championship game. So, was that 95-ish, 5, 6, somewhere in there, late mid 90s. But anyway, going there, so we'll see. With Trevor Lawrence, he's got some pieces there to do it. It should be a fun time. I'm excited for today. I hope everybody is excited about today and enjoying it. So I am gonna take off. I think I'm gonna cut this out. Yeah, because someone came in, turned the TV on. There's football now. I can't pay attention to you guys and TV. I'll get all distracted. But wait! Oh my goodness! Hold on! Time out, man. We the late straggler, man. The late straggler.
What's up, Coach?
What's up, Coach? How you doing, man?
Had some difficulties there. My fault. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Awesome.
So hey, let's welcome in Coach Billy, and hey, big win for you guys Friday night.
Yeah, special teams and defense kind of paved the way for us. Just got a little bit of tweaks here and there to clean up on offense, but we're getting there. We've had 2 games so far where we've actually had a lot of hiccups and we've won. So I told him that it's going to be scary when we can play a complete game.
Right? Awesome,
Yeah.
Man, awesome.
So, yeah, a lot of great action around the high school world in Delaware. I mean, Sally's in Central 7-0.
Wow.
Yeah, I was shocked. And Sally's has a freshman quarterback. I mean, this kid is clearly showing he's a freshman, but I mean, 7-0. out of all the scores, that was wild to me.
That is a little head scratcher. Well, when the week before when they played Cape, I mean, did they even score an offensive touchdown? I thought most of their scores were special team scores, weren't they?
They scored one when they marched down, and they had the two running backs, the one Caucasian kid and the black kid, the little, I guess they call him the tandem, but they both were eating up yards, and then they gave it to I think he's number 27. They gave it to him, and he just scooted in the end zone. But that was their only offensive touchdown. You're actually right about that, Coach. That was their only offensive touchdown.
Man, wow, man. Special teams, I keep harping on it. Special teams, man, it comes back and bites you. You don't spend enough time on it.
I'm a firm believer it'll win you or lose you up to 2 games a year.
There you go. You're right.
Yes,
so, absolutely.
I saw you did all your predictions. I'm just going to say it now. I'm nervous about my Eagles today. I know my fellow fans are going to boo me, but I'm very nervous about just who.
Why is it? Because they're afraid they're going to get their knees bit off?
It's going to be a trap game. It is.
Wait a second. Wait. How can week 1 be a trap game, man? How does week 1 be a trap game? Come on, week 1, you are fired up. You know this. You know this as being a coach. You've been working all camp against this team. This has been majority of your playing against their defense. You're going up against their offense defensively. I'm disagreeing with you when it comes to trap game.
Here's why I call it a trap game. All right. This is not your daddy's Lions. This is not your daddy's Lions. Let's be clear. Okay. It's the Detroit Lions. And yes, I love Aiden Hutchinson. I'm a huge Aiden Hutchinson fan. Go Blue in the background right there. Go Blue. But let me tell you something. This is not your daddy's Lions. They're not the Lions of old. They should handle business. Now, I'm not going to say they're going to double the spread. They should cover. They should. I mean, in all theory, you got a better football team, and it just depends on what Hurts you get today. Are you going to get the Hurts that can compete on the big stage, or are you going to get the Hurts that it's just too big for him? Which Hurts are you going to get?
I don't know about too big for him because he did play at Alabama. I don't think that it's too big for him. I just think when they load the box and that offensive line has trouble opening up holes and they're not balanced, that's when, and then I think Hurts tries to do too much, and that's when he gets in trouble.
That's what I mean.
Too big. It's not too big. I just think he just puts too much. Oh, I got to win this game. And I'm sorry, this is the league. It's not Alabama playing Little Sisters of the Poor and you're having a catch with your receivers down the field. This is, you're in the league and, that DB can pretty much hang with all your guys. So I think if the Eagles can stay balanced and get that running game going, I think it allows him to do a lot more.
But you have to get that going early.
Absolutely. You got to get it going. You got to get it going early because then, you can get them to do some read option and let them keep the ball a little bit. And then, but you got to go with the high percentage throws early, get his confidence going. And I think that's part of the problem last year. I think I felt like the Eagles were trying to hit too many home runs.
Yeah.
Instead of just let's warm up first. Let's warm up. Let's get some guys on base first and then hit the home run. But instead they just kept, trying to hit home runs. They're like the Yankees.
I tell our guys, I'm like, hey man, +5 wins you the game offensively. +5 wins you the game every time. You can average +5 yards on offense. I mean, It'll win you the game. You don't have to hit a dinger every time. You don't have to hit the home run pass. You don't have to do any of that. I mean, you get about 5, 6, 7 yards underneath. Hey, go for it. I mean, it's these guys see all these high profile teams in college and they're thinking, hey man, yeah, we gotta score right away, blah blah blah. I'm like, no, no, no. Let's burn some clock. Let's slow play them here.
Yeah, let's get it going. So, you know, I think it'll be interesting. You know, another uh, you got the Eagles and the Lions, which is going to be really good. And I'm interested to, and I know I'm being a little biased here, but the Giants and the Titans, the Titans, former number one seed in the AFC, they got rid of their best wide receiver, probably a top 5 receiver in the entire league.
Absolutely, without question.
Absolutely. And, so I think it falls upon Derrick Henry, and I said this earlier, Billy, is you're not going to stop Derrick Henry, but hopefully the Giants can contain him enough to force Tennessee to throw the football enough where the Giant Wink Martindale can dial up some of his exotic blitzes and really get to and make something happen. And I think that's the key for the Giants. If they can make that happen and they can stay in the game. Obviously Daniel Jones can't fumble or throw interceptions, but it's hopefully it'll be a game.
You know what I'm going to say, and I'm sure I'm going to annoy you as soon as I say this. Feed that guy. I'm telling you, Saquon Barkley is going to have a big day.
Okay, I really hope so. I mean, look, for him, it's a contract year. He's gonna have to go out and show he can stay healthy for 16 games.
Yeah,
and he's gonna so I'm expecting big things from him. But I honestly, I just don't think that he is going to be. He's not a New York Giant next year. The Giants are just not going to pay a running back that kind of money.
Yeah.
So hey, stay healthy, carry the team, and give us some wins. And hey, thanks for your service, and move on with your day. Let somebody else pay you.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna have to be a combination of that and the fact that your line has to come together. I mean, your line comes together.
And I'm excited about that new offensive line. I mean, we have 2 bookends now, and we get the middle of that line. We got a new center, and Lemieux is back off of injury, I believe. So we'll see. Hopefully, those guys can come together, gel together, and we can make something happen.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we say it all the time. Your line is your worst enemy or your greatest ally.
Right.
And hey, man, we'll see. We'll see what they got. I think it's going to be interesting. No AJ Brown. No big target like that. I mean, yes, the Titans have Henry, and you can't stop him. You can only hope to slow him down. But after a while, does it become a novelty, and just does he wear out? It's going to be interesting because I mean, who's the other target?
My thing is how soon does Malik Willis get into the football game, or how soon until fans in Tennessee start saying put Malik Willis in?
As it is in most sports, they're fair weather fans, so it's going to be interesting to see all the guys that are all the folks that are like, oh yeah, that's our guy, and then they're screaming the next minute, oh yeah, put the rookie in, put Malik in. It cracks me up when folks do.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, and what I think separates the Ravens from Tennessee, because let's face it, Malik and why am I drawing a blank? Quarterback for the Ravens.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson. They're very similar. They're very similar. right?
I don't.
In their playing style, they
Okay.
are similar playing
Okay.
style. They are both a runner, not a thrower. Solomon, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it, man. Solomon jumping in,
Solomon Kai, the
man.
mooch, the mooch.
They're very similar, but I think when you put him in, yeah. Here, I'll put that up for you, Solomon. There you go. How about that? There you
Oh
go.
my God, that guy's hilarious. Kate versus everybody. I love that tweet.
You
That's
know, but you have Derrick Henry. You have that running game that really takes a breather. And I just don't think the Ravens don't have that type of running game. They're more of a running by committee type of team versus the bell cow who, is what he is,
right.
So
Absolutely.
I think that helps him out, but obviously you need some guys to throw because I can't name one receiver on the Titans at all. And now that AJ Brown's gone, I don't even know who's there.
That's what I'm saying. Like who now you're gonna see is Tannehill everything that everybody cracks him up to be. Is he that guy or is he just a pretender? I mean, we'll definitely see. Like I had argued
I
when
you
he
know
was
what
there.
I think I honestly I think it that vote that is everyone's. I think a lot of quarterbacks, a majority of the quarterbacks are like there's a select few that don't really need that running game, but most quarterbacks, and I don't care what level you're on, they need that running game to help them.
You have to.
And they, you look Aaron Rodgers, and what's his name in Kansas City. Those type of guys don't, and Peyton Manning type of guy, Tom. Well, Tom really uses that to his advantage. But again, Tom Brady always never had a real bell cow. Like, he went through receivers and running backs. He just made it all work.
Tom's
So,
also, but in his Tom is the goat, man.
yeah, I know, but
He's
I'm
the goat.
saying there's those select few guys that don't really, but I think a majority of those guys really need a a good running game. And when you don't
Especially
have it,
later in the
it's
season.
tough.
Especially later in the season.
Right.
I mean, look at the Detroit Eagles game in the snow. I mean, Shady McCoy broke all types of records. Can't throw in that type of environment. You got to
Yeah.
have a running game. You
Yeah.
have to. So I mean, it's just it's interesting to see, and I'm excited that it's back. But let me ask you this: is my man, not to switch gears here, but is my man from Notre Dame on the hot seat with the dismal performance against a lackluster Ohio State team, and then the egg bomb versus Marshall at home, mind you?
Look, let me tell you, man, there's a blaze underneath that chair. Look, they poured a 5-gallon thing of gasoline on her, and then put the chair on top of it, and it is on fire right now. So I mean, because your schedule ain't getting easier.
No,
It ain't getting easier.
no. I think this season, if it continues to go the way it goes, I think it makes more of a case that Notre Dame has to pick a conference because they're just not the Notre Dame of old to compete at the independent level. They're not. They're not those guys.
Yeah, but and here's the problem, and it goes back to the money beat. I think their NBC deal doesn't run out until 24, so I still think they have 2 seasons left before they can opt out of that. And I think they're playing that ACC schedule, but I feel like they're more of a Big Ten team.
They're gonna
Should be competing, and look, I think Brian Kelly saw the writing on the wall and said, I got to get out of here because look, let's face it, Notre Dame is probably, when you look at that football roster, there's maybe 20, 25 athletes that shouldn't be in Notre Dame and are at Notre Dame.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But the ones that should be at Notre Dame and are, they're not competing
Right, but that's
at
what
an
I mean.
independent
He
level.
does it, and that's why he goes. I think Brian Kelly maxed out. He hit the ceiling with Notre Dame. I can't take Notre Dame any further. I cannot. This is as good as Notre Dame's ever going to be, unless they change their, admission stuff. And now he goes to LSU, where the entire roster is filled with guys that are there to play football. And hell, he was a kicker away from beating Florida State. I mean, geez,
A kicker or a lineman.
Oh man,
but let me tell you something. Notre Dame couldn't beat my boys during one of the worst eras in Michigan football history, the Rich Rod era. One of the worst, and he couldn't beat them. He couldn't beat him in the.
Come
He
on,
couldn't
Rich
beat him
Rod.
in the.
Come on, Rich Rod, man. Come on. Why you got a bad mouth, Rich Rod? Rich Rod had a ton of success at West Virginia. Tons of success.
Rich Rod should have never left West Virginia. You can't take that coaching and recruiting style to Ann Arbor. It does not compute. It does not work. And we saw it. And then Notre Dame could beat Michigan in the cover-up era with Brady Hoke. You could beat him then. I knew. I was like, oh man, this is bad. And then they ran from us. And then when we came back, it was like, you didn't get any better. So I'm just saying it's gonna be. I like the guy. He's clearly a player's coach, but I don't know if that's gonna pan out because, like you said, their schedule is not getting any easier, and they're going to have to figure a lot out within that recruiting deal, and some guys might have to go, honestly.
All right. I agree. All right, Billy, let's go. We're going to wrap it up. Who do you like today? Besides the Eagles, who else are you watching today? What games you like today?
You know what? And of course, I'm sure my father-in-law is going to love this. I'm interested to see this Commanders and Jaguars game. I'm really interested to see how this pans out. I mean, you got a team that's just historically been bad the last couple years, and then you got a Jaguars team that looks like they're getting ready to hit their right strides. And I'm interested to see how this is going to pan out. I'm also going to look at the Patriots Dolphins game. That should be a good game. I think the Bengals run away with it against the Steelers.
Oh, okay.
I think they do. I mean, I don't care what you say. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're nuts."
I think. Look, I know, but I think that Super Bowl slump a little bit. So I think that game's going to be a little more competitive.
But they addressed one important issue, which that it might put them over the edge. And what do we talk about all the time? Your offensive line is your key, and they addressed that issue.
They did.
Look what happened versus the Rams.
Yep.
So that'll be a good one. I think the Saints take care of the Falcons. And another one, I hate the Cowboys, so it's biased. Bucks are gonna crush them.
I said the same thing earlier.
Chargers beat the Raiders. They backed up the money truck, if you will, and I'm telling you, the Chargers get it done.
All right.
The Chiefs are the Chiefs. They're gonna beat the Cardinals. Packers Vikings. That's a game I never honestly touch, just because it's always back and forth. But if I had to pick, I'm gonna say Packers.
All right.
I think Aaron Rodgers can still get it done. I like your boys versus the Titans. Texans, to me, have a lot to prove. I'm going to go with Colts. Browns Panthers is another interesting game. Who you got, Coach? I before I make my prediction, I want to see who you got in this one.
I honestly, I still think the Browns, man. I don't think Baker Mayfield is the guy. I don't care where he goes. I think Baker. You heard me say this a ton of times that Baker was the guy that kept the Browns from being a playoff team and going deep into the playoffs because they have the pieces around them. So I'm sorry. The Browns defense is too good for come on. And plus I think those guys on that D line are all excited they actually get to hit Baker Mayfield for real now. So I think they're going to tee off on him.
Well, I'm going to say this. In Cleveland, he had a bunch of 22s. In North Carolina, he's got a couple ARs, a couple shotguns, a couple long-range rifles. Let me tell you something. This guy has got weapons now. I got the Panthers beating the dog snot out of the Browns. I don't think it's close. I'm calling 21 points.
Okay. All right. Sammy Moore says Baker might go for 400.
Yeah, Sammy, you're absolutely right. He went from having a bunch of 22s to a bunch of he had pick your poison. I mean, the guy's got a freaking grenade launcher and weapons. I mean, come on now. So I think the Panthers absolutely dumped the whole kitchen sink on the Browns and beat.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I just don't, man. I like the Browns. I think the Browns stick it to them.
And of course, not last but not least, I got the 49ers taking care of the Bears. It's the Bears.
Yeah.
I got to take care of that. And then last but not least, the Ravens, Mr. Run Rudolph, Lamar Jackson is going to Benny the Jet Rodriguez all over the Jets. I had an argument with our coach.
It's Joe Flacco too, starting for the Jets.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Joe Flacco. No, I didn't like him at Delaware. I'm gonna be honest with you. I always thought he was a cocky and arrogant guy. I never really liked him.
Come on, he won a Super Bowl now. Come on now.
Please. No, his
now. Let me tell you something now. He won a Super Bowl. What have you won? Let me tell you. What have you won?
Flacco is the entire reason that the Ravens went downhill because he's a selfish, arrogant.
He took all the money. The money, and he couldn't do it. So
if he would have been more like Tom Brady, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
The Ravens win a couple more Super Bowls.
You're right. I agree with that. All right, everyone. Listen, happy Football Sunday. It's finally back. Go enjoy. Get the grill fired up. Get your game day stuff going and enjoy some football. And we'll see you guys here next week for another real recap and get into week 2. I can't believe it. Let's do it, man. All right, thanks, Bill. I appreciate it, and we'll see you guys. We'll see everybody next week. Be safe.
Peace out.